A couple things. I want to first introduce myself if you guys don't know. I'm Latasha, and I use a middle initial, believe it or not, C. Watts. It's a reason for that. I'll tell you about that another time. I think some of you may have heard it. I know you know. So Latasha C. Watts, and I am Lily's one of her. I'm like part of her family, and her best friend, and her manager. So we kind of travel together and go hand in hand, and I help her make the impact that she wants to make as best as we can across the globe, pretty much. So that's my job, and of course you guys know Lily, so I guess we're gonna get started. So this is weird with me standing though, because I'm just not used to standing. I know, it's just so weird. Okay, so I'm gonna lean. How about that? Lean? Okay. All right. So let me start off by saying that we really love you, and you inspire us all on a daily basis. I know that it wasn't easy, and it's always not easy for you to tell your story over and over again. But you found different ways to heal. And what makes you want to tell your story and not, as we know it affects you every day when you tell it. So what makes you want to do that first? That's the first
question. For me, it doesn't matter what kind of day I'm having, if it's a bad day or a good day, or if I'm having struggles during that time. The reason why I do it is because I want to see the smiles and the courage and strength that I give to other women that's been through similar situations, and uplift them to know that they have control over their own destiny. And they don't have to fear or be ashamed of what they went through, because it's not their fault. I lived my whole entire life thinking it was my fault, that I'd done something wrong, that it was because I was born. And I had to realize it wasn't my fault. So I took a stand and broke the cycle of my whole entire life being the same as I was when I was a child, and rise above all that, and so shared with others that there's life after darkness. We don't have to be trapped in that same situation over and over again. Because when I was little, when I was growing up, and as soon as I got out of the house, everything played as a constant circle of memories and triggers and things like that. But my greatest gift is just watching a woman that's been through my similar situations walk up to me and say, "You saved my life." That's the greatest gift that I would ever get. And just to have that hug and that, gentle warmth from that person that came up to me and shared that with me and shared her story, but she didn't have to. That is the greatest gift that God can give me.
Thanks for that. Thank you. Great. You were the first girl in the house that was taken, and a lot of people think she was actually held captive 10 years, but you actually were held 11. When you were in the house 11 years, what kept you going? What kept you going?
The love of my son, God's goodwill, and knowing that he was there to catch my fall. There was a time in the house when I thought I wouldn't make it out, that I was going to die. And just having that moment where I was almost on the verge of dying, when he fed me that sandwich, with mustard, I was allergic to, and I prayed to God every day, don't let me die, I really want to see my son. I need to get out so I can be able to do the things that I'm doing right now. Being able to help women of abuse and being able to get out there and share my story with many different people in many different walks of life. That day, I literally almost died. I came back. And I knew there was a purpose for me being on earth, being here, being in this moment. So I promised myself and my family that is now doing better for themselves now, that I was going to strive to help women of all walks of life and men overcome their obstacles in life.
and while you were there, you found happiness a little bit, and a lot of people don't realize that. And it was through what? What was it that you found happiness? What was something that you loved doing while you were there?
When I was there, and the good Lord blessed me with a pencil and a piece of paper, and it helped me, heal in a positive way. So when I got out of the house, I could be able to talk to people. I could be able to share my story. I was able to jot down everything that happened to me, good or bad. I was able to say, hey, I watched TV and I played trivia with the other two girls, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is fun. But there's also times in the house where it was horrible. You just didn't want to wake up the next day. You just wanted to kill over and die. But I rise above all that, and I'm here now.
That's right. That's right. Isn't she amazing, though? Amazing. This is fire. Well, we know journaling, but also art. Didn't you find like toothpaste and things to make things out of? I mean, let's talk about your art.
Oh my gosh. The all-time favorite was around Christmas. He wouldn't let me do a Christmas tree for all the girls. So I found toothpaste. I found different objects around the house, and I stole them. And I mixed them up, and they became hard. I made a stocking. I made a Christmas tree out of toothpaste and different objects around the house. Cardboard, paper, toilet paper. I mixed all that together. I begged for the paint and the candle, the crayon, so I could melt them together to make the color on them. And I did that because I wanted to have some type of normalcy. I didn't want to be there, but I figured while I'm there, why not live to the best of my ability? Why not strive even though I'm in a horrible situation? Why let him think that he broke me? I told him, you ain't gonna break me. I already been broken once. You can't break a person once. You can't break a person twice. You can only break a person once. From after that, you move on and you do other things with your life that's positive. I couldn't let him think that he had that control over me. I didn't let him get that benefit of the doubt of having that thrill to harm me and torture me. I hid that from him, so I could be able to live on.
So you took back your power. You took back that power.
Yes.
Took back that power. Any advice for the young women here today and the women that are here today? What advice would you give if they're going through something? What advice would you give them and encourage them to be able to move forward and to heal? What helped you, and what advice would you give them?
I would say to everybody here that's ever been through some type of harm or some type of pain in their life, you can heal in your own way. It doesn't have to be something that I told you to do. You can find it through music. You can find it through art. You can find it through creative activities. You can find it through nature. You can, adopt an animal, and the animal is the most another thing that I helped to get over my issues and things that were happening in my life is my animals. My animals are my treasure. My husband is my treasure. They came into my life at a difficult time, and they helped me go through a lot of things. But the most thing I would tell you guys, no matter what you're going through, talk to somebody. Don't hide it or hold it in. Because I did that for 32 years of my life. I drank, I did drugs, I did a lot of things that I shouldn't have done. But now I'm able to say that I'm stronger than what I was then. And I rise above everything that was going on in my life because of positive people like her, my mom, my dad, and my grandmother, my husband, and everybody that's in my life. Have somebody that's positive in your life to be able to talk to, because it is hard. It is hard to talk to people. No matter what's going on in your life, always know that there's help out there. Seek it. Don't hurt yourself or others. Get the help.
Very good. You got my brain churning now because you mentioned the dogs, you mentioned your hubby, so tell everybody, and you mentioned art, which was one of the things I was going to say. You love drawing, you love painting. Of course, this is why we're all here. But tell them how many dogs you have. have? She loves dogs. She loves animals, period. So how many dogs do you have?
Oh my gosh, I have 5 rescues. They went through extreme abuse. They helped me as well, and I helped them in return. I gave them a way to trust a human. These dogs didn't trust a human, period. They wouldn't even go near a human. A guy, a girl, they would bite you. I trained them from the time they got in my house to help them understand that I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm not gonna abuse you. I'm gonna be that person that you can sit on a couch and watch a movie with.
Yeah. Which you do. You watch movies. You watch
Yes.
movies at home with your dogs. And
I watch movies with my cats.
She has
Which
two cats.
yes.
What's your cat's name?
One is Miracle and one is Bubbles. I found them both in my backyard. They was abandoned by some person that decided to just drop them off. So I took them in my house. I got them well. They were this big, very tiny. I bottle fed them. I did everything that I could for them. The Miracle was in the hospital, the vet hospital for, I would say, 2 months. I thought she was gonna die. And then I kept on calling the vet. I was like, is she okay? Is she gonna make it? I don't wanna have to do the unthinkable. I really want her to survive. Because she is a pure miracle and an angel.
So you would call the vet and then fuss at me, guys, right?
Yes.
She called the vet and then fuss at me and say,
They told me
this day, and she's not. This is not happening. So it kind of worked out. It worked out.
It worked out for the best. She actually made it. She got off the incubator 2 weeks later. I was able to bring her home 3 weeks later.
Yeah. So and now they're knocking things off of her table
Yes.
right now. So you know they're doing great. So your animals, your story is just absolutely amazing. I want to take some questions though. You think we got time? You
Yes,
ready for
let's do
questions?
it.
So let's take questions. So I want to take questions, and if you want to talk a little more, we can. But
Yeah.
who has questions?
Go ahead. Try to speak loud. I can't really hear. She might want to come closer. I can't hear.
She can't hear out of one ear, so you want to move a little closer.
She's kind of like on the side.
Yeah,
with her
there you
ears messed
go.
up.
I'm a lady from Montana.
From Montana?
She came all the way down here to see me.
Wow.
She thought this was at 3, and unfortunately it wasn't.
That's okay. You got to do a painting. You got to be.
Yes, I told her. I said it.
Thank you for coming. Oh, maybe cry now.
Thank you. And I hope it gets better. I hope things go well for her. And I'm getting to see her too. I know, it's really hard when you're sick. Yeah.
Thank you for coming.
God
So
bless.
we got something for you too. We got something for you.
We
Thank
definitely
you
got
so
it.
much.
We definitely got to
Thank
get her started.
Yes, we got to get
I don't need anything. Just
No, I know. We want to.
I got a surprise.
We got a surprise for you anyway. Thank you so much. Thank you. All the way from Montana. Really? Wow. Wow.
Yes.
Thank you. Bless you. I'm
Anybody
super
else?
low.
Anybody else?
Anybody else got a
I'm trying not to
question?
cry right now. Go ahead.
How did you and Natasha meet?
Well, I can't answer that.
Unique story.
Yeah.
She has a foundation called the Purple Project, and
Got me.
she asked me to come speak. And I was thrilled. I was like, let's do it. I want to do it. I was like so super fanatic. And when she told me it was about
Yeah.
kids and stuff like that, I was like, oh my gosh, I get to be around kids. I'm like so
Yeah.
super excited. So when we first met,
Oh my God.
everybody in the whole entire place thought we knew each other for 5 years.
Yeah, they thought we knew
More.
each other, but we didn't. We had just met.
We had just met, and we hit it off. We were like two
It's like we
peas
knew
of a
each other
pod.
forever. Like when we just
Yeah.
was together, like we
We
never
were
left
making
each other's
funny
side.
faces.
Funny, yeah.
We were doing goofy pictures, And this is at her event. We were doing goofy
Yeah.
pictures.
And so everybody's like, how long have you guys known each other? I'm like, 10 minutes. Like, we just,
Yes, we just literally
Yeah,
met.
we just met.
And that was like 4 years ago.
That was 4 years ago. Yeah, that was 4 years ago. We know that
And
now.
it was during the summer, by the way.
Yeah.
It was hot.
Yeah, it was hot. It was. She was saying it's hot, but I need coffee. I remember that.
Yes,
much.
I need
I
coffee.
need coffee, but
the
it was
first
hot.
thing I said is my day does not start without my coffee in my hand.
You did. But we met, and she wanted to talk with the kids, and she did a wonderful job then. And we just hit it off. We exchanged numbers, and we started texting first.
Yes.
And I will say this, even though it was an instant like friendship and connection, we still were kind of like, she still was kind of apprehensive. Like she wanted to make sure I was okay.
At the time,
Yeah.
I had a lot of things that were
Yeah.
going on in my life. I had a lot of people that were unkind to me. I had people that were stalking me. I had threats. I had a lot of things going on.
Yeah.
So I had people threaten to kill me, abduct me, and I would not make it out alive. So I had to be apprehensive. I had to be aware of what I was doing, who I was talking to,
Yeah.
and who I wanted to become friends with.
Yeah, even though we hit it off, like, so all the texting, like, we would text back and forth, and, and then, like, we would take a break, and then we would text again, so we just really, it was, like, not like, we see each other at first, and then eventually I got in, don't you start crying, because you're gonna, then I got in, then eventually she had a party, and she invited me to the party, and then her dad and her
party.
Oh, it was your birthday party. It was her birthday party. And that's when I had a chance to meet her dad, Jim, and Erna, and Anita, her grandma, and mom. And I ended up getting a chance to meet them. And even then, and I always tease them now, they were like watching me like a hawk. Like, who is
Yes.
this girl? Where did she come from? And it was just really cool. So I even asked Jim the other day, he's got his back turned. But I even asked him the other day, are you coloring, Jim?
Yeah.
Oh, you're working. So I even asked him yesterday, I go, when did you know I was okay for her? And he was like, oh, that day. I'm like, oh, the day you guys were watching me like a hawk. He was like, yeah, we knew then. So and we just been friends ever since. And so and another thing too, we didn't work together. We just started off being friends first. And then later on, we started working together. So there's the answer to your question. Great. Any questions? Any more? Yes.
I gotta try to do this without crying, but
I know. Oh my gosh.
you are such an inspiration to me. Ah,
It's okay,
It's all right. It's all right. Crying
Take
heals
your
the
time.
soul.
Yes.
Heals the soul.
I have always thought, if you can go through what you've been through, I can go through what I've been through, and it's a lot. I'm 52, and I have a lifetime of pain. Lots of child abuse, severe child abuse, severe child neglect, and it follows you your whole life. I've had a lifetime of therapy. I have found lots of therapy through church. And I feel like I've overcome a lot of it, but what my question is, it's always there. There's always something within you that feels that pain. Yes, you overcome a lot, and you become a survivor. I've been a victim my whole life, and I'm finally to the point where I think I can start helping other people. But there's always that it that is just with you. How do you are such a delight, such a beautiful person that is. How do you do that? How do you get rid of that?
It's very hard. You really don't get rid of the pain. It's always going to be with you. My thing is, I go throughout my life every day in pain.
You do?
In pain every day. I deal with it through my husband. I deal with it with my dogs.
Yeah.
They're there to comfort me, and that's the only thing you can do is have that comfort of somebody that you can turn to and talk to. And
I'm
just
like
be able to
the world-
open yourself in a certain way where you know that you're going to be okay. I have my triggers.
Yeah.
I have things that go wrong in my life. have days that certain things happen in a house that I just can't do. One of the things that I have that is painful is watching mothers and fathers have children.
Yeah.
Because of what happened to me in the house, I cannot have kids. I'm not allowed because of what he has done to me. So it's very difficult when my friend says, I'm pregnant, or I'm having a child, or I see just simple kids having a normal life. I wondered what that felt like to have that normalcy,
Yeah.
to have that friendship with your mother and father, biological parents. I didn't have that. So I have those triggers, I have my fears, but I try not to let my fears and my triggers determine how I live my life. And you can't let it, because it's like letting the devil win.
Yeah.
And you want to knock that devil out.
This question comes up quite often, and this is where we kind of tag team a little.
Yes.
Yeah, we kind of tag team this question because it comes up quite often a lot. And so one of the things that we didn't share, and I didn't think the question would come up, so we would, is that we both also connected through trauma. So I want to say to you that you are not a victim your entire life.
Yes.
I really want you to like say that to yourself every day. You are a survivor. You are a
trauma survivor.
You are a survivor, and that's one of the words we love. Like when people say, you know, the victim, the kidnap. Oh, you work with the kidnap. No. I work with the survivor. You know, and every day is going to be a trigger, but every day is a new day.
Yes.
Like that's what we say every day. Like
Every day
she'll
is a
call
new
me,
day.
and we'll have like I'll be like, what's wrong? Like instantly, I can hear it in her voice, and I know you guys know if you can attest to this. I'm like, what's wrong? And she's just, I'm just having a bad day.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, well, what's going on? And she was like, oh, I heard a song, or oh, I heard, you know, smells. Like I remember we were somewhere and a smell, and I was like, oh, well, let's go. We don't have to smell that, you know. So you just have to change. I always say, change the direction of how you're thinking about
Yes.
your life, the rest of your life.
I think if I start helping others, I think I can get out of myself. And like what you're doing is amazing, and I want to do that. I think if I can help people who are trapped in that pain, overcome it, gosh, I want to do that. I want to help others. I think it's time. I think I've been the one that's needed the help and sucking everybody dry. That, you know what I mean? That,
Your biggest supporters, you will never suck them dry.
yeah.
That's the one thing that you gotta find someone, because your biggest supporters, you won't. They're gonna listen.
Yes.
They make it off the phone and be like, oh my gosh, you know. That's
I
okay,
blame them.
because they listen, but they listen. But like she said, channel it someplace else. And I'm gonna say something else too. We all wanted to help people,
Yes.
but we couldn't help anybody else
Until
until we
we
helped
helped
ourselves. Yep. Until we helped ourselves. We really couldn't.
This lady drove up from Zanesville today.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I just recently moved to Ohio. I have lived in Southern California, and I wanted to come out here to see you from there. So now I live in Zanesville, and I'm like, oh, I'm there.
So and we got Montana. Oh my goodness! Thank you for making the
So
drive.
I want to share a story with you because you were talking about triggers. One of the triggers that I had was just simply being in a restaurant and a girl's wearing a chain. I could not fathom that. I had to turn around. I had to leave. I had to talk to somebody. And guess who I talked to? I talked to my dear old dad back there because we were at the same restaurant at the time.
Oh.
So I turned around and I told him, I was like, hey, I don't think I could deal with this chain. I don't know how she can wear it. It like scared me to death because still to this day I cannot wear chains. I cannot wear necklaces. I can't wear bracelets. I can't wear nothing around my ankles at all because of what he did. I can't even wear a belt. Like I have to wear my pants. If they ain't tight, they ain't fit. Because I won't wear a belt because of that reason. But there are some fears and triggers that I have overcome. I have overcome the motorcycle helmet. Yes, I did. And one of the ways that I did that is because I started picking them up, and then after a while, me and my sweetie, we went to Las Vegas, and we wanted to go ride a motorcycle, and I was like, okay, I don't know if I can do that, but I'm gonna try it. So I get up there, I put the motorcycle helmet on. At first, I'm like, okay, this is not good. I'm shaking, I'm quivering, I'm cold sweats, everything. I put it on. I just was like, okay. Closed my eyes, and I thought I was somewhere else. And then after a while, all those pains and thoughts and weirdness went away when I started to see the whole scenery of, Las Vegas and the mountains and things like that. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is gorgeous. I forgot I had the helmet on.
Wow. That's
So
inspiring.
there's like a lot of things that you can get over, but there's also going to be that trigger.
Yeah.
Like I had a similar incident where I went to deep sea diving. Yeah, that's a different type of helmet. It's more closed in. So my whole body was submerged with this heavy thing on my body. Got in the water, I'm panicking, but I ended up being able to do it because I was like, oh my gosh, there's a shark swimming right next to me. Oh my goodness, there's a stingray right there. I forgot. I literally had that right there.
Wow.
Right there, right in my face. I literally forgot it. So there's a lot of things that are different in life that you can overcome, and there's a lot of things that are going to be a little bit more difficult. Like smells for me, certain colognes,
Yeah.
a little bit weird. Can't deal with.
You said smell and remind me.
Oh,
I had that-
yes.
we were together one time, and I had bought my husband some cologne, and I was like, "Ooh, Lily, smell this," and she was like, "Ugh, no." And I was like, "Oh, okay, we're not gonna." And later she told me, she was like, it reminded her of the house. So, and I actually took the cologne back. I was like, well, I don't want my husband smelling like he reminds her of the house if he comes around, So I
And
was
the
like,
reason why is because when it smelled in the house, it reeked of, feces and stuff like that. He used to spray this nasty cologne that smelled even worse than he sprayed it when this house
Right.
smelled. So it was like every time I smelled that cologne or I heard something similar to like what he said, I would be like, oh, okay. Oh.
well, let's take some more questions. Any more questions? Questions?
Really, I want to tell you that,
Oh, wait a minute.
as a woman, I admire you and your strength and your courage and the determination that you have to share your story with others. I think that most people who've gone through things like you would probably not want to share because they would not want to remember it. And yet you go around and you share that story all the time. I'm pretty sure that you will affect a lot of women and even men in ways that you'll never know of.
Oh, yeah.
So keep sharing your story.
I definitely will.
Here.
And God bless and thank you.
Any more? Anybody else? You gotta have something. No? No?
Oh, we're here.
Oh.
Sorry to hear you. I said I'm Janice Jackson from Facebook. I'm one of your Facebook friends. And I relate my sister and I because originally at 3 o'clock that it started, but then something went out 1. I'm like, I can't get off work. But I'm really glad I came out to see you. Our lives are parallel in more ways than one. And I'm a survivor of abuse where I almost died. And it was difficult many, many years ago. I'm in the same age bracket as the other really young lady. And we didn't have the resources like what you're putting out there. It was so bad, you would call like a hotline. You had one hotline and, oh, I'm sorry, we can't help you. So I was homeless with my 6-month-old son living in a car for a little while with no heat or anything because I didn't have a choice. And it was either that or go through the physical abuse where I almost died or that. So I didn't make a choice. And then just following you and everything we've gone through, and I've read both of your books, and it's like, damn, she's hell of that. And you're such an inspiration. Even on the Facebook page, people from all over the world are like, I was reading it, I wish I lived closer. I wish this and this. And I'm like, you've touched so many people. And I used to call myself a victim, and I kept hearing that.
on TV, they will say victim, and I'm like, honey, you know, I was like, Latasha, we gotta change that. It's trauma survivor or survivor. I don't want to be considered as victim.
Right, right, and that's where I started, you know, after 50 years, I started the mind frame, I'm like, yeah, I'm a survivor.
Right.
And I just had one question after the whole situation. You personally, do you think he took the easy way out by doing what he did in the end and not facing up to, did that make you mad or was it easier to?
You know what? I believe within my heart, he could not suffer the amount of abuse that he put us through and took the coward's way out. Yes, he did.
Because I was mad when he announced
To
it.
be honest with you, I would have preferred him to spend his life in prison and deal.
Right. Yeah, I think all of us would prefer,
Yeah.
but you know, I'm thinking, if I had the opportunity to ask you that, how do you feel that you took the chicken way out, put you through hell all those years, but couldn't even deal with it for a couple of months? And like,
He didn't get away with it.
yeah, I definitely, you know,
He's definitely somewhere burning.
Yeah.
Just gonna say that.
which is good, which is good. Usually you don't hate too many people, but it's kind of
Well,
hard.
it's not that I hate him. I don't love him neither.
Right.
But I learned to forgive a person that hurt me because I want to free my heart and my soul. And I don't want to let him have control of my whole existence. I want him to understand. That's the reason why I went to court. Say, you don't own me. You don't have control over me. You know what I do. You're not controlling anything anymore. And I just face that because I want people, especially girls that go out there and they try to get, you know, justice for what they do. I want them to know that they don't have to be ashamed for wanting to confront these people, for wanting to be the person that is the bigger person. Because it's okay to be the bigger person. You don't have to hate nobody on life. You don't have to, you know, constantly remember that person because he has no reason to be in your life no more. He's non-existent. You're very welcome, sweetheart.
All right, we got time for one more. If we got one more, we got time for one more question. One more? No more questions? Oh, okay.
Will you be my friend?
Yes, I will. What about you, Lola?
Are you on social media at all?
Yes.
Okay, well, if you friend her on Instagram or Facebook, she's on there. So if you're on her page, because you're a friend as well, right?
Yes.
So yeah, and she reads all her messages. It takes her a minute, but she does.
It does take
She
me a
gets
minute,
so
'cause I get
many
so
of
many.
them, but she does read them and respond.
I think he had a question over
Oh,
there.
yeah. Oh, not you, Dan.
No,
Dan.
Do you have a favorite tattoo that you have?
Oh,
Do
that's a good
I
question.
have a favorite tattoo? Okay, in my life, there's life after darkness. I want people to remember me as a victor, not a victim. Remember me as a survivor, not a painful thought in their mind. There's a time in life where our hearts will be broken, but we can mend them together with the open hearts of freedom and break that chain of abuse and rise above all the evil that is in our life. Anything is possible.
Now, what's your favorite tattoo?
That is.
Oh, that's on
It's
your
on my
leg. That's
leg,
right, it's on your
yes.